Oh, that's it.
Hey, listen.
Mm-mm.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How y'all how y'all doing? Slide on in here. Slide on in here. Happy Mother's Day. I'm sorry, y'all. This show gonna be this show gonna be all over the place today. We ain't gonna be here long. Hey there, how you doing?
I'm good.
How you doing? We listen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been oh boy. I've been in the bed all day. And I just want to say good evening to everybody. We not, clearly this is completely unorthodox for us. We are not prepared. Don't seem to be. But you know what? God is good. We ain't gonna be here long. We just we just, we just here to tell everybody Happy Mother's Day. That's it. We're gonna talk about moms. We're gonna talk about what it's like to be a mom, and you got a different perspective from a lot of moms because you were a teen mom.
Right.
No shade, it's the truth. We believe in being truthful around here.
Right.
So, good evening.
Y'all, everybody over here had the cooties except me, and I am trying hard not to get those germs.
Oh my goodness, it ain't that serious. Come on now, it's not even that serious. Why are you acting like that? Okay, so I don't see the stream on my Facebook yet, but whatever. Hey, we're gonna try to make this the best as we could. Um, First of all, Happy Mother's Day to you. Um, of course we went out yesterday. I took the mamas that live with me. We went to Cheesecake Factory, and you know, it is what it is. We had a time. I don't know if it was a good time or a bad time, but we had a time. You think it was a good time?
I think we had a good time. Cheesecake is one of my favorite desserts,
Uh
and
huh.
so it's always a good time going to Cheesecake Factory.
Uh huh. Did you eat it yet?
I have not. I'm savoring it.
You
I'm
savor
gonna eat
it.
it later, probably when I get to work.
It ain't gonna be no good by that time though.
Yeah, it will be. It's in the refrigerator. I'm gonna take it to work with me. I'll
Oh,
eat it then.
okay. You sure?
Positive.
Okay. All right. Well, so this is your first Mother's Day as a married woman.
Mm-hmm.
How has it been so far?
Great. I got cheesecake and I didn't pay for it. Shout out to
Amen.
me.
So you pretty much stole it. You pretty much stole it, right?
Did not.
You pretty much stole it. That's what you're saying?
Did not.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did. Did you leave some money on the counter?
I didn't have to. My car wasn't swiped. A car was swiped, but it was not mine. Praise God.
Well, whose was it then?
My husband's
Uh,
first Mother's Day as a married woman.
okay, so
Look
let
at
me get
that.
this straight. Yeah. Now,
You asked.
okay, you're right. I did ask. So
Mm-hmm.
you were able to pull off a heist, right?
No. The favor of the Lord.
Is that what it
That's
is?
what it was.
Explain that, because see, I'm confused.
You're
Explain
not
that one.
you're not confused.
Yes, I am. How was it that you were able to get a Mother's Day gift from somebody?
Mm-hmm.
It's such a short period of time.
Somebody explain.
No. The question was directed towards you.
You're the somebody. You can explain why you gave me a Mother's Day gift in
I,
such a short time.
okay, so if we're honest,
Be honest.
okay, so last week, this all started last week. So last week after church, the two mothers that live in this house decided we went to the 145 service at Union. Shout out to Union. Y'all got to drink tea today because I don't feel the best. So we went to the 145 service at Union. Then we went to eat some food at the Great Captain D's over here in the Queen City. And so these two conspired in real time to go to a restaurant for Mother's Day. And I'm like, my mama lives in Georgia. So I'm trying to figure out how we got to, that point. How did y'all come up with that? That's the part I want to know.
We didn't conspire, so we had a discussion
Mm-hmm.
about the fact that we both love cheesecake,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that we are both mothers, and Mother's Day was coming up, and so we put it out there.
Uh-huh.
We spoke it as if it was true,
Uh-huh.
that we were going to the Cheesecake Factory for Mother's Day, and Daryl so graciously took us to the Cheesecake Factory for Mother's Day. His arm wasn't twisted. We didn't hold
What?
him hostage. He actually made a reservation. Thank you.
Is that how it went?
Yeah,
Oh.
we appreciate it too. It was good.
Oh, okay. That's all it was.
It was really good. Even better because we did not have to pay for it. Thank you again.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm. Okay. Wow. But
So,
before we even got to Cheesecake Factory, we went to Bath and Body Works, right?
I plead the fifth on all the other stuff. On
Oh.
behalf of Destiny and I, thank you for our Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, now we plead whoa. We plead numbers now. Oh, we're in a court of law. Okay. Got it. All right. So let's talk about you growing up and being a teen mom.
Mhm.
Okay, could you give us a little bit of your backstory?
Um, so I have a 25-year-old son
Mhm.
that I had at 16.
Okay.
I was only able to do that through a lot of prayer and a whole lot of support from my family.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I absolutely did not do that on my own
Mhm.
at all. I felt my way through. What I will say as far as parenting him, we've essentially kind of grown together over the years. And so we've gone through a lot of phases. Um, what I know now, my maturity level, my financial situation now is much different than it was when he was younger. And so I am very intentional about having those types of conversations with him, very intentional about letting him know and making him aware that regardless of the age, having a child out of wedlock is not easy.
Mhm.
It is not easy because you're setting yourself up to be a single parent. Also, um, it's not when you have a child young, you don't have the life experiences. You're mentally immature, emotionally immature, and you're kind of feeling your way through relying on the support of others if you are blessed to have others to support you throughout that process. So again, I'm very intentional about being honest, very honest with him about um, where I feel like I made mistakes out of ignorance, honestly.
Mhm.
If I could go back and do things differently, I love him dearly. I wouldn't go back and change the fact that I'm his mother, but I would absolutely like to take the life experiences and the knowledge and wisdom that I have now back then, because I most certainly would have done a lot of things differently. But when you know better, you do better. Having said that, though, it does not erase the fact that some of our life experiences were made harder due to my lack of knowledge,
Mhm.
and so I have to be accountable for those decisions that I made. I love him, and he knows that I do, and I explained to him that I did the best I could with what I had and what I knew, um, but it wasn't always right. It
Okay.
was not always right. By the grace of God, we made it. We made it, and I know better now. And so I am always talking to him about what I would have done differently had I known. And continue. As I learn more, I continue to talk to him more. Now he's an adult, so I'm not really parenting him. I have switched more to a place of an advisor or a mentor.
Mhm.
That's hard though. That's very hard because you switch from a place of telling your child what to do and giving suggestions and advice.
Mhm.
They got the option of taking your advice.
Mhm.
Sometimes they take it, sometimes they don't, and you have to stand back and allow them to make the final decision. You can guide them, but allow them to make the final decision. So there oftentimes when he comes to me now and he needs advice or he has a problem or something comes up and he's asking me what I think, I'll tell him what I think. I'll explain to him why. And if it's something that I've gone through, I'll be very honest about the hard life lessons that I had to learn because of the decisions that I made. But ultimately, I always end with, you know what to do.
Mhm.
Fast and pray.
Mhm.
The last decision, do not take my advice as your final decision. Go to God. Always seek God and see what He tells you to do because once you make this decision, the outcome, good or bad, falls on you. So I give advice. I don't tell him what to do, but I give advice.
Mhm. um. So okay. So as a man who came up in Georgia, right? I came up in the '90s. Born in the '70s. You know, raised in the '80s. Came up in the '90s. Right. I knew about teen pregnancy,
Mhm.
but it did not become a reality to me until my first day of high school. I tell this story, and it's always funny to me when I think back on it, even now, that it wasn't until that bus that was taking me to Shaw High School in Columbus, Georgia, out on Schaumburg Road, when the man pulled up in front of my apartment complex, shout out to Bull Creek, and I took the first two steps. It was three steps up on the bus. I took the first two steps, and the first thing I saw was car seats on both sides. Now I remember we had that conversation. You never seen that before, right?
Absolutely not.
So we talked about it. We talked about it, and I remember people talking about it when I was in junior high school. Teen pregnancy this, teen pregnancy that. But it wasn't until that reality of seeing those car seats, three on the left side of the bus, three on the right hand side of the bus, where I really started understanding, oh, that this is real.
Mhm.
Then when I get to high school for the first day, just like any new place, you're trying to learn your way around. I walk past this big room, big huge room, and it's like nothing but young girls and babies in there. And I'm like, oh, they actually got a class. They got I had never seen anything like that before. So you're a little bit older than me. So tell me your tell me your experience with, because you were in school when you got pregnant,
I
correct?
absolutely was. Until Daryl relayed that story to me, I had no idea that that was even a thing. I am curious to know though, what are the statistics
What you mean?
with a school that because mm, when you have a school district that puts car seats on a bus, right?
Mhm.
They have classes in school for teens to bring babies.
Mhm.
I wonder what are the stats in that school district versus school district that does not make it, I won't say easy, but rather convenient for a teen to bring a baby along. And the reason why I'm saying that is because sometimes if you make things a little easier, uh, kind of gets out of hand. And so I wonder
I know what you're
what the
alluding to.
stats are.
I know what
Tell
you're
me what the
saying.
stats are.
Um,
When and I'll say this because this is coming from a teen parent. When I went to school, we didn't take babies to school. There was no daycare. There were no car seats on the bus. You either had a good support system at home to keep your baby while you went to school, or you made other arrangements. Having said that, there were not a lot of teen parents when I went to school. There wasn't.
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. That you feel as if though, if they make it easier, they'll make more babies.
I didn't say I felt that way. I
I,
said I wonder. I'm just
it's just
yeah.
you.
I'm just
Are you
asking.
alluding to that? Because that's what it sounds like.
No, no,
It's
no.
okay. This is a
I wonder what
conversation.
the stats are though, just to kind of see if it actually does make a difference or not.
I would say okay. So I remember. I would say no because I was thinking about this. Now, this is just my opinion. I was thinking about this. Like after we got out of school,
Mhm.
it seemed like those classes in a way went away, and not just that, teen pregnancy went down. I think it was just a generational thing. I'm Gen X. You
Mhm.
Gen. You a baby boomer?
I am a millennial. Thank
Okay, she a millennial. She said. But anyway, I don't think there has been as many teen pregnancies after Gen X and baby boomers as it's been in forever. I just don't. I don't see it. Um, we don't hear about it much. Matter of fact, we don't hear about it so much now that I think, well, in some races, you
Mhm,
have more
mhm.
people. You got people dying faster than they can reproduce. So I don't think it did. I think a lot of times, I think a lot of teen mothers, I think a lot of moms, from my perspective, a lot of people, I'll say, did what they call, what I like to call, use that free wisdom. I saw what my big sister went through. I
Mhm.
saw what my big cousin went through. So I don't really want to go through that no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. But I'm not saying that it helped or hurt. All I'm saying is, because I know after in that same Muskogee County school system,
Mhm.
people literally they produced another school for those young girls to go to with babies, kind
Mhm.
of sort of like an alternative school. So
Okay.
I know that did happen, but as far as the amount, I know the numbers went down drastically. Now so much so we have people talking about legislation getting 14 to 15-year-olds to have babies. Yeah, I pay attention to that
Huh.
stuff, and I know who's saying it. I know why you saying it too.
Mhm.
But I mean, it is what it is. So,
Okay.
so only besides your age,
Mhm.
do you have any other um regrets about being a mom so soon?
Yeah. I wish I would've prepared more. I wish that I would have had those hard conversations, with my elders.
Mhm.
There was a level of, for me, there was a level of pride that I had when I was younger. I In my mind, this is my responsibility, and so I am going to stick it out. I'm gonna figure out what I need to do, and if I absolutely have to, then I'll ask for help. Um, Fast forward to now, that was prideful and stupid. That was prideful and stupid. There are a lot of, hard times that we had, that were absolutely unnecessary had I reached out to my family and friends and was honest about where we were financially, honest about, where I was mentally.
Mhm.
Do believe that I could have pulled on the wealth of wisdom that those that came before me had if I wasn't prideful.
Well, shout out to you for getting that deliverance right down to Daryl show. You know, wrap that up. Okay, so how did your mom, God rest her soul, we're gonna talk about your mom in a minute.
Mhm.
How did she feel about you coming to her saying, "Hey, I'm about to have a little big head baby"?
Well, I didn't have to tell my mom.
Really?
Yeah, I did not have to tell my mom. I got sick.
Okay.
My little brother had been sick the week prior to me getting sick, so we just naturally assumed that I had a stomach virus.
Ah,
Yeah, and
hey, he's
so I
25. That virus is 25 now.
and so I went to her and was like, "I have been feeling bad for the last couple of days. I think I need to go to the doctor." And she was like, "You probably got the bug that your little brother had." And so we went on to the doctor
Wait
and
a minute. Am I?
don't start. But we went on to the doctor. They ran their test. The doctor comes back in the room with my mother and I and says, "Yeah, you do have a stomach virus, and it's gonna last about 9 months."
God dog it.
Yeah. So of course I'm shocked. I'm one of those that I quietly process things. So I get quiet and get to looking stupid.
Mm,
And I hear my mom wailing in the corner. And when I tell you that broke me down more than anything she could have said or done, I have never seen that level of disappointment.
mhm,
Like, that hurt me more than anything because I knew that I truly disappointed her.
mhm,
And so, of course, on the ride back home, it was very quiet. I'm quietly processing that I am going to have a baby and I don't know what to do. And I'm sure that my mom is processing the fact that her only daughter, her child,
mhm,
is going to have a baby. And she's probably in her mind trying to process what to do. Very quiet ride home. We get home, and of course, my mom tells my dad, and he weeps.
mm. Mm, mm,
I have never, um, felt that level of regret
mm,
because I truly disappointed. I wasn't a perfect child. I was not. I was a little rebellious. And I
mm.
did things, but I never experienced, seeing my parents
Cry like that.
cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because and it was something that I did, and I can't fix it. I
It was
can't take it back.
it was more disappointment than it was anger.
Absolutely. They were very disappointed in me.
Mhm.
Very disappointed.
But, you know, it all worked out.
It did.
It all worked out.
It did. Praise God.
Was your grandmother still around?
My grandmother was still around. My grandmother helped me a lot. She would keep Tyreek while I went to school.
Mhm.
When I worked, she would keep him. As soon as I got home, though,
Hey,
get
it
your
is
baby.
baby. Yep.
I appreciate that though. At
Mhm.
the time, I did not. I went to school plenty of days tired. Initially, Tyreek was what we call colicky.
Mhm.
And so for the first 3 months, it seemed like he cried. He cried and I cried. He wasn't wet. He didn't need to be fed. And I would make sure I did all of the things that I knew to do.
Mhm.
And then at that point, I would just lay him on the bed and sit in the middle of the bed and look at him, and we would both just cry
Mm.
because I had no idea what to do. I do believe though that his crying was because he felt my anxiety. He felt my emotions.
Mhm.
I absolutely do believe that. But we both would cry, and my parents and my granny would let us sit in there and cry.
Mhm.
They would let us cry. My grandma would stick her head in the door and say, "Hey, is he wet? No, ma'am. Does he need to be fed? I just fed him.
Mhm.
Does he seem to be in pain anywhere? No, ma'am. All right, then that's your baby. You do it." But I'm thankful because
Mhm.
that's the only one I had.
Mhm.
That is the only one I had. I did not have a house full of kids because I understood early on that he was my responsibility. They were there to lend support where they could, but I had a baby
Mhm.
and I needed to take care of him.
Mm. Okay. Well, I'm see now. We're gonna talk about me on Father's Day, but I remember my grandma told me. Uh, I remember when I told her about Destiny. She told me. She said her exact words were, "It's about time." I'm like, now wait a doggone minute. But I was in my 20s though. But the reason why I say that is because all of her friends, their children had children
Hmm.
as teenagers. So it was always, she never got a chance to meet any of her great grandchildren. And so because of that, Destiny, has one of Destiny's many middle names is a variation of my grandmother's middle name. So she never got a chance to hear all of that. But um how has motherhood so far been rewarding?
Yes.
Explain.
Yes. Yes. Um, Tyreek, I get to watch Tyreek accomplish things, and when he does, um, it's always like a praise break for me because he does things. His personality is like Tyreek is truly a good kid. Like he is truly a good kid. He didn't give me any problems. And I know that I oftentimes I get credit from his teachers and his peers, like you really did a good job at in raising him. And I'm like, y'all, I promise I didn't know what I was doing.
Mhm.
That was all God. That was God really gave me a good kid because I really can't take all of the credit for it. I worked hard. I did the best that I could with what I knew, but like, no, that's the favor and blessings of God all day long.
Mhm.
But anytime that he accomplishes something, I'm proud.
Mhm.
Proud because for one, I knew like I didn't teach him that.
Mhm.
I like I said, I made a lot of mistakes. But he has persevered despite
Okay.
despite having a teen mom. When he graduated from high school, oh my gosh, like I cried because he graduated with no mug shots and no babies.
Amen.
And so I was very, very proud of him
Mhm.
because I let him know, like, you did something that I was not able to do.
Mhm.
You did something I was not able to do, and I'm very proud of him.
Wait a minute. You telling me you got a mugshot somewhere?
No,
Oh, okay. Because I
but
was
I
gonna
but
say
I but I
I
definitely
was
left
finna
school with a
I was finna
baby.
recall this whole thing. Now wait a minute. Now I told you about my issues with the law.
I definitely left school with a baby
Okay, all
though.
right. You talking about how you used to
So
fight and all that stuff, but you didn't say any of that other stuff.
no, praise God.
Okay, well,
Mhm.
As a 40-something-year-old mom now,
Mhm.
well, let me take that back. You've been a mom for many years, but as someone who has uh, been bestowed the honor of becoming a bonus mom
Mhm.
to a whole crew,
Mhm.
what's different now? Be honest. If you
I
don't like them,
I
you don't
feel
like them. So
what?
go ahead. Go ahead.
So I love my bonus children and my grandbaby.
Oh God.
I feel more prepared now.
Okay.
I don't feel like I'm feeling my way through. I absolutely feel more prepared. And so those things that I wish I would have known earlier, I know now.
Mhm.
I know now. And so the things that I'm telling my son, as I learn them, I'm telling him and also apologizing to him for not knowing early on. I don't have to do that.
Mhm. Mhm.
If they ask for advice, I can give it from a place of personal experience,
Mhm.
spiritual growth,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I'm in a different financial state. So those things that I like to provide, I am praise God, I am able to.
Mhm. Is there a difference uh in boys and girls from your perspective? Because I've always had both,
Mm-mm.
so ain't no different.
I don't think so.
Interesting.
I don't think so. And the reason why I say that is because um I was a rough girl. I was a rough girl. And so I don't believe that you should treat boys and girls differently.
Mhm.
I think that unfortunately, now that I look back, that was probably one of the places that my parents kind of missed it. They were very hard on my brothers,
Mhm.
and not on me. And I think the thought process was she's a girl, she's soft. Certain things we don't have to worry about. There were a lot of conversations that were necessary that we did not have.
Mhm.
And I do believe that it was because I was the only girl. We don't need to talk to her about dating. We don't need to talk to her about sex. She's a girl. It's not time yet. Um, and I out of my siblings, I was the only teen parent.
Mhm. Okay.
I was the only one to have a baby out of wedlock out of my siblings. So I definitely think that there shouldn't be a difference
You
because you can miss things when you start treating girls and boys different.
you don't feel like a letdown though, do you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I think they
Okay.
did the
Good.
best that they could with what they knew.
I mean, they know they gave birth to a thug, so I get it. Um, do you have any favorites?
I don't.
That's a lie. Every parent got favorites.
I don't have
Every
favorites.
parent's got favorites. Yeah, every
No.
parent got. I got a favorite.
Do you really?
Nah, I'm just kidding. I ain't got
Oh,
no favorite.
say no. I don't have a
If I
favorite.
had a favorite though, if I had a favorite, I wouldn't tell nobody. I wouldn't. I wouldn't tell anybody.
How would you know that that's your favorite? Give me an example.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't. Nobody would know that. See, I operate from a place of like this, and this is my truth to anybody that's watching. I operate from a place when it comes to my children that I can love them equally, but I cannot love them the same. It doesn't matter from 1 through 6. No matter what Demarcus needs is gonna be different from what Destiny
Mhm,
needs. It's gonna be different from what Tyreek needs. It's
mhm,
gonna be different from what DJ needs.
mhm.
I ain't going down the whole list, but y'all hear what I'm saying.
They're
I
different
can love
people.
them equally, but I cannot love them the same.
Right.
And I hate when people say that, "Oh, I love everybody the same." That's impossible. It's impossible for you to do that because everybody, although they may come from the same household, from the same parents, whatever the case may be, they're still gonna need something different. So it's
That's right.
impossible for you to do that.
Absolutely.
However, there's no like okay, prime example, my children were younger. You know, I encourage anybody to spend time with your children so you can learn them. You know, when my son, the oldest son, was really heavy into guitar, I would always pick events for my kids. Destiny and Sugar Mama, they went to the Daddy Daughter Dance. DJ and I went to sporting events. Well, Demarcus, we went to a John Mayer concert. It's me expressing my love, but
Mhm.
it's different. I'm
Yeah.
still putting forth the same effort. I numbers, dollars wise, I don't ever keep up with
Mhm.
that. I remember when I was going through child support and the lady talking about where your receipts, and I told her, I was like, ma'am, I don't know of any responsible parent that tries to take care of their children that keeps a receipt for everything.
Right.
I was like, I understand, I get it. This is how the state wants it. Look at my auntie in here hating. The list is not that long.
It is.
You about to get
It
banned. You
is.
a hater too. You about to get banned too. Anyway, I remember telling the lady, I'm like, ma'am, I don't know of any responsible adult or parent that really keeps up with those things.
Mhm.
I understand that this is what the state wants, but I don't have that. Either you're gonna believe me or you're not. And clearly she didn't believe me, but praise God, that season is over with. Being a mother, and you losing your mom. Like, what's the one thing that you miss the most about your mom? That's about from a mother's perspective.
Being able to call her and get advice. I lost my mom when I was 27.
Yeah. So she got
And
9 years with Tariq.
yeah,
Okay.
and there are a lot of things that have come up. I wish that I could call her and ask her like, "Hey, I got this going on. What do you think? What would you do?" Have you ever experienced this? Like, I can't have those types of conversations with her. I got married and she couldn't be there.
Mhm,
That was the one thing that my mom wanted so bad, before she passed on, was to plan a wedding for me,
mhm,
which is one of the reasons why I opted not to have one, because that was something that my mom desperately wanted to do for me. Um, so yeah, there are times that life events happen. Tyreek's graduation. Tyreek will eventually get married and have children, and she will not be there. And I would want to call her and ask her, "What do you say
mhm,
to your child when they get married? What do you say to your child when they have their first child? What advice could I give?" I'm now a grandmother.
mhm,
I can't call her and ask her, "What was it like to have your first grandchild?
mhm,
What did you feel? What do you think that you should have done differently?" So that I can pull from her knowledge, that wisdom. I can't call my grandmother and ask her that either.
mhm,
So there are absolutely times when it's hard, and I wish that I could ask them those questions. But I was, like I said, I was 27 when she passed, and I wasn't thinking that she wasn't going to be here. I wasn't thinking to ask her, to sit with her and talk with her and ask her those questions. Fast forward though, I've had some friends and family members that have had parents that were sick.
mhm,
And my one piece of advice to them was to sit down with a recording device and ask them anything that you can think of.
mhm.
It doesn't matter how small or how big it is. Ask them anything that you can think of, because there is going to come a time when you're going to want that advice, and now you can hear what they would have said to you.
Hmm, okay. I mean, from a father's perspective, I can see that. I can understand how you would want to just have that godly wisdom, things like that, around. But do you have any other women in your life that are like mother figures?
I do. I have plenty of mothers that the Lord has sent me, and I do call on them for advice.
Mhm.
But ultimately,
Nothing like your own mom.
absolutely,
Yeah, I get it.
absolutely.
I get it. Everybody has. I mean, everybody has a mother. Everybody has a
Mm,
father. No, nobody was created from bone marrow or
right,
whatever the
right.
case may be. Nobody was hatched or created in a doggone lab or anything like that
Mhm,
that I know of. But Mother's Day sometimes can be a very hard day. Right, there is no right or wrong answer. Descent, you're absolutely correct. Mother's
yes.
Day is absolutely. It could be. It all depends on where you are upstairs mentally and emotionally. Mother's Day can be hard for some people.
Mhm,
There are some people who have mothers that are still here on Earth, but they don't get along with them, or they don't talk to them, or whatever the case may be. And especially in the Black community, uh, there's a sect of people who just can't get along with their moms. Not even any fault of their own, or whatever the
right.
case may be, but it happens. And I don't think that it would be right to tell one story and not tell the other story. I've seen people out there who are absolutely positively living in bondage because they have this relationship that's unique. That's what I'm gonna call it, unique
Mhm,
with their mothers, and people don't understand it because people like to write things off and play things down with the term that's still your mama. Well, your mama can still be a problem at times, and people don't want to accept that, and that's okay. We love them regardless. Good mom, bad mom, whatever the
mhm,
case may be. We
mhm,
love them regardless, but at the end of the day, we got to tell the truth. And the truth of the matter is, people aren't human. I mean, aren't perfect,
Right.
People are human. And like you said, as you had two ways to go as a teen mom.
Yes.
You could have been the best mom in the world, or you
Mhm.
could have been the worst person that could have been in that young man's life.
Right.
Praise
Right.
God, you chose to let God lead you, walk it
Mhm.
out the very best way you knew how.
Right.
There are some that just don't know how to do that.
Now, what I will say, about that is we have to ask Tyreek, right?
Mhm.
Because he experienced my
You
parenting,
right. Mhm.
right? So things that I may think were really, really bad,
Mhm.
and that has come up before where I'm like, you know what? I wish I wouldn't have done that, Tyreek. Here's what I would have done differently. And in his mind, like that, it wasn't really that serious to me.
Right.
So he didn't see it as bad as I interpreted it.
Mhm.
Whereas there are some things that I may have felt I did really, really good, and he's like, "Nah, you probably should have did that different."
Mhm. Mhm.
So I absolutely have to be willing to sit down and hear him.
Mhm.
I gotta hear him, and not be offended,
Mhm.
not be defensive when he gives me a response because ultimately he experienced me as a mom,
Mhm.
not the other way around. So I can't tell him how he should. I can tell him what my intention was, but I can't tell him how he should have felt because he experienced it.
Mhm.
And if he tells me that he experienced something that he was not happy with, something that has affected him, it is then my responsibility to take accountability, acknowledge, apologize, and change if I can.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, so do you think you would be ready for that conversation?
We've had that conversation a couple of
Okay.
times.
Okay.
And it hurts.
Uh-huh.
It absolutely hurts.
It doesn't feel
But
good to your flesh.
it didn't. And
Help your spirit
we
though.
cried our way through it.
Okay.
We cried our way through it. And, I took time to think about it. If it's something that was really, in my mind, "Oh, I thought I did good."
Mhm.
I don't express that right then.
Mhm.
I'll tell them like, "Hey, can so let me give me a moment to process this." And I will. I'll process it. I'll pray about it, and then I'll go back to them and say, "Okay, I heard what you said. I can acknowledge
Mhm.
that. Yeah, I could have done things differently. Here's some other things that I probably could have done." And I always want to go back to him with that because eventually he'll be a parent.
Mhm.
And if those times come up, I don't want him to only have the example that I have set.
Mhm. Okay.
I want him to be able to say, "Well, this is what my mom did, but when we talked about it, here are some things that she said she probably would have done differently. Which one do I wanna implement?"
And he's always gonna have a different perspective from you
Right,
anyway, because he's gonna be a dad, not a mom.
right.
So it's gonna
But
be
still it's just
always just
parenting.
a
Yep,
parenting thing,
just
yes.
parenting. Mhm.
Um, I learned with, all 5 of mine, everybody don't need a whooping all the time.
Right.
Everybody don't need a whooping all the time. Sugar Mama taught me above any of them that disappointment was worse
Mhm,
than anything else.
mhm,
Um,
mhm.
Destiny said she didn't need whoopings. She didn't really get whoopings like that. She upstairs. She'll probably be commenting soon or whatever the case may be. But my children can't tell you that I really beat them or anything like that. Now, again, I'm a dad, so I was over the road. I got to miss a lot of stuff. So I unfortunately had to be authoritarian from Texas or from Oregon or whatever the case may be. But the disciplinary, I meant to say. But at the end of the day, I'm appreciative that we all made it this far, and they're still talking to me.
Right, right.
As a parent, I mean, as a mom, I hope I don't know if that's the case with you as well.
With me, after the experience with me getting pregnant and all of that and seeing the disappointment in my parents, that really caused a change inside of me.
Mhm.
Um, like I spoke about me being very rebellious, prior to. And, I got my tail toe up.
Mhm.
I got my tail toe up a lot, y'all. My mama did not play the radio with me. She did not at all.
Mhm.
She told my tail up. But for me, my thought process was, well, she said don't do it. I want to do it. I'm only gonna get a beat. So I'm gonna go have my fun with my friends and I'll come back and get my tail toe up and I'm gonna live to do it again another
The
day.
worst that can happen is I'm gonna get a beating.
Yes. So absolutely that affected my parenting with Tyreek.
Okay.
I learned to communicate with him more. Like you said, sit down with him, get to know your kids.
Right.
Learning know their learning style. With him, he is one that we can sit down across from each other at a table. I explain to him what I'm disappointed with. He explains his side of it, and we can come to an understanding. It wasn't necessary for me to beat him. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Mhm.
I found, but parent your child how you see fit. But for me, I found that in those moments where I was angry enough to even consider hitting him, that wasn't the time to discipline anyway.
Mhm.
Once I got myself together, I got my emotions in check. We were able to sit down, have a conversation, and come to an understanding that was more effective than it would have been with me hitting him.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think one thing for us to consider is as parents, we teach our children, don't let somebody bully you.
Right.
Don't let somebody, do you wrong. You get out there in the streets, if they hit you, you hit them back. But then as parents, the minute we're upset or we don't like something that they've done, we hit them.
Mhm.
With a full understanding of they're not gonna hit us back at some point. That's kind of bullying,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And so I do believe that while I'm not saying don't, corporal punishment is all bad, but have you tried other avenues? Is
Mm.
that if that is your first go-to, then there is absolutely a problem
In
with
yourself.
your ability
Yep.
to communicate
Yes.
with your child. Because when you get to work and your coworker makes you mad, do you hit them first or do you sit down and talk? So, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
but your coworker gonna hit you back. There's gonna be
Mhm.
consequences with a child. That's not the case.
Right.
So why is corporal punishment your first go-to if that's the case? That is definitely something you have to ask yourself.
Okay. All right. Hey. Um, you want to shout out to all the moms in your life?
It's a lot of them.
That's hey, we got
Hey,
a
so
few minutes.
shout out to all of the women that stepped in, even when I didn't ask.
Mhm.
In every season of my life, I can see where the Lord has sent me
Mhm.
a mother figure, somebody who didn't mind having those hard conversations with me, someone who didn't mind hugging me even when I was too prideful to ask for it.
Mhm.
Someone who didn't mind giving me those words of wisdom, and someone who didn't mind loving on me.
Mhm.
Shout out to all of the mothers who are natural and surrogate mothers.
Mhm.
To all of the young people out there who need them. Shout out to all of the mothers who are natural and surrogate too. Us old folks too, because we need mamas too.
Mhm.
We need motherly advice, and there are some things that even as a mother myself, there are some experiences that maybe I've not had. I can't give that knowledge to our children, but there is a mother out there that God has given a word and she releases it to them and it is helpful to them. And so I thank you all for being obedient in just parenting overall. Thank you.
Okay. If you want to shout out your mom or a mother in your life, the number is up. We're gonna leave it up for a few minutes because we ain't gonna be here on here much longer. I want to shout out to all the moms in my life. I'm gonna name a few of them. Yeah, excuse me. I'm telling you, I'm wore out, but whatever. Uh, shout out to my own mom, Carolyn Marie. Shout out to my auntie Cynthia. Shout out to, of course, my own wife Ebony. Shout out to my baby mamas. I'm not naming you, but thank you for giving me the gift of my children. Shout out to, shout out to all my play mamas. Shout out to everybody that oh, understand you gotta turn your volume down. You gotta turn that volume down. We do this every time. Shout out to my aunties. Shout out to both all of my aunties who played mama. I just said, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
That's good.
Go ahead. I can get back to my shout outs later.
Yeah, but I appreciate that. Thank you. You were my first love.
Appreciate you.
I came when I was 14 years old, and truly, you were my first love.
I should still be number one in your life, but go ahead. We'll get to all that later.
But you were genuinely my first love. I
Okay.
mean, I love my nephew. I adored my little nephew. You, my sister baby, and you, the first baby came in the family, and you were loved. I'm serious. You were tremendously loved.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I can't
You can't hear me?
truly love. That's why I think you're loving. But I'll say this about my mom. You know, you all know Effie. You all got y'all stories, and I'm always defending her. Um, the reason I can defend her is because I went to counseling.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of hard on my mom until I had to sit in front of someone and tell all the stories from the child's perspective. And I got another perspective, and that perspective was about intent. My mother intentionally did everything she thought was right.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to realize that I, as a mother, had failed my child or my children, but it's only because I intentionally did what I thought was right. But in
Mm-hmm.
their eyes, it was not right. My mother's been gone for 26 years. And the thing that I wish that I could have done was to forgive her while she was alive. There were so many times that I was stubborn, that I thought that, I'm going to get angry, so I'm not going to go around her. I'm not going to talk. Mom is being mom. She don't understand. And I'll tell anybody, if you have a living mother, understand the intent. Parenting is a job within itself.
Mm-hmm.
And no one can get it 100% right.
Right.
And a child and a parent are in two different places.
Mm-hmm.
But I truly have forgiven my mother for every mistake that I thought she made, because now that the time is gone, I truly, truly wish that I could do things with her that she could have seen all of her grandchildren, all of her great grandchildren. She could have gone places that I've gotten a chance to go, on cruises that she didn't get a chance to do. So I would tell anybody again, if you have a parent and you're having an alt with your parent, talk to someone, because most of the time it's about the intent. Parents love their children. They aren't going to get it right every time.
Oh, excuse me.
Children, forgive your parents. Don't let time when they're in the grave and then you have regret that I wish.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive your parents. Parents, forgive your children.
Mm-hmm.
It is so good to, and I've told you guys this when I met you guys about what my son told me about the person is the person. Their personality is their personality. It's only when you try to change it when there's conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Had I not gone many years trying to change my mother, I could have enjoyed her so much more, and she could have enjoyed me so much more. So that's one thing I'll leave with anybody. Just let the person be that person and love that person for who the person is, with all their bumps, wrinkles, um, whatever. Because I promise you, you're going to enjoy them so much more when you say, that's just Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
And truly, nephew, you were my joy. I'm not going to lie.
I should
You
still
were
be
my
that
joy.
person. I should still be that person, by the way. I should be everybody's joy.
Granddaughter.
We know we know who your favorite is. We know who your favorite is. And I'm gonna tell everybody who your favorite is too. That doggone Jasmine and that Macy. Those are your favorites right there.
It's Jasmine and Olivia.
Oh,
And
see,
hey,
see, you see what I'm saying? We know. At least you own up to it.
love them girls, and I'm
Uh-huh.
about them boys. I'm a fool over them girls.
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
All right. Happy Mother's Day. See there? You see there? You see? But hey, it is what it is. Like I said, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the single moms, the married moms, the widowed moms, the black moms, white moms, Mexican moms, Puerto Rican moms, you name it. Shout out to all the moms, the good moms, the bad moms. We did not intend to be here for all this time. Shout out to all the future moms. If you are, no matter how old you are, or where you come from, if you decide you want to have children, I say do it. Now, don't ask me to babysit because I can't do it. Shout out to my own daughter, who's made me a granddad. This is her first year as a mom. And Salem has absolutely positively been a blessing to every last one of us. He's kind of temperamental. He's kind of iffy at times,
He is not.
Here we go.
He is not. He is a good baby. He is a good baby.
I didn't say he was a bad baby.
He's not temperamental.
What?
He is not. He is not, y'all. All he does is laugh and scream and smile.
Okay. Well, anywho, shout out to all the moms out there. We hope that you guys were able to be blessed. This particular mom right here decided to cook dinner today, and we are thankful for it. We're about to go in here, and we're about to partake and enjoy. This was a great show. We didn't have anything planned. I didn't take any notes or anything like that, and I like my shows to be this way. Look, y'all see my nose getting snotty, so I know I got to get up out of here. It's all right. Just keep your hands to yourself, then. How about that? So, but I really, really appreciate everybody being here, joining us today. Again, happy Mother's Day to everyone. I hope you guys have had a great weekend. Hope it was relaxing. I hope you have a great and wonderful week. The Dream won, the Braves won, we beat the Dodgers in the series. It's some mamas out there that like sports. Anyway, and the Knicks just swept the 76ers. I don't know, they on the tear right now, but anyway. But that's it. Next week we're gonna talk about something. I don't know. We today green screen. I'm not really a green screen person, but there's somebody, and I'm putting you on the spot.
Look at the Lord.
I know there's somebody putting you on the spot who's going to be starting their own show soon. If you can't see it, it's about to show up on this display right here. You're gonna be able to see it. So this right here, Mom, is your accountability. This is your. Can y'all see it? Christ,
coffee and commentary.
So this is your
scoot out of it.
Yeah, look, Ebony K. Now I'm gonna tell you this. I'm giving my approval for this whole Ebony K thing because your last name ain't K. Okay, I'm just saying. But we're gonna let God be God, and we're gonna make sure that you shine and do what it is you need to do. I love you.
Thank you.
You get on my nerves. You get on my nerves.
Thank you for that.
But I love you. I do. I love you, and I want to see you succeed in every part of your life. As a mother, grandmother, sister, friend, minister, evangelist, intercessor, wife, particularly. We're still working on that. As just a all around human being. No, honestly, I honor you. I'm thankful that you came into my life. No matter who hating, no matter who don't like it.
I don't think anybody is hating.
I know. I'm just saying, in case they decide to look at this and then start doing that. Anyway,
they not.
How can they not what?
Like us.
Like you, they love me. They don't about you.
Oh no, yeah. No, I was never in danger of that.
Okay. So anyway, but no, seriously though, I'm thankful for you. I hope to see you for another at least 40 Mother's Days. Maybe 50. I don't know. We're gonna see what God says. Yeah. But I'm really, really thankful that you are who you are. Lighten up.
I try. Yeah.
Oh gosh, lighten up. But anyway, no, seriously though, we love you, and we're thankful that you're here. Salem loves you tremendously. I can just tell. He acts stank with me, but he's good with her. Negro, you came for my balls, but whatever. My nose snotty, so I gotta go. I love y'all. Anything you want to say to the people before I end this?
Happy Mother's Day, y'all. I'm gonna go take care of my sick baby.
No, she's not. She's even lying. No, she is not. She is lying.
I am. I even cooked for you on Mother's Day because I want you to feel better.
I'm about to go live secretly so y'all can see for yourselves. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. She does a great job. We love you, and we're going to sign off because, again, my nose is snotty. All right. God bless you.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you for tuning in to the Daryl Show. Hey, Little Musty. My bad. I forgot. I was too busy trying to get up out of here because, I'm off to the next thing. Check this out. I forgot to tell you, I need for you to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys being here. Every time you see this chocolate man with these headphones and this doggone black glasses, you know you're finna get some good quality content. We over here talking with some sense over here, okay? I want you to let all you people know. Tell them to meet me every Sunday night, 9:00 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook, YouTube, every streaming platform you can find. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate your support and I thank you. I'll catch you next time. All right? Peace.